Alright, boys, welcome back. It's been a long time, far too long. Literally, stuff happens. What can you do? I'm not going to sit here and make excuses, but plain and simple, I just didn't want to make videos because I just wanted to do other things. But got a spark of inspiration tonight and thought I'll just sit down. I got a bit of spare time. I'll make a video on a topic, basically just like the 7 steps that have got me to where I am at the moment. Now, since I've last made videos, I've made a lot of progress. And as you probably would realize, if I spend time making videos, I don't have time to be doing the actual thing and earning real money. You see this with like different sort of fields and whatnot, like, oh, I can show you how to make 100k a month doing e-commerce. But if you're showing people how to make 100k a month doing e-commerce, then you can't actually be making 100k a month with actual commerce. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like a bit of a scam, if you will. Like, the dude's meant to be teaching you how to make 100k a month. Probably hasn't made 100k a month because he's trying to teach you to make 100k a month. It's plain and simple. So, in order for me to teach you guys how to get to a certain level, I need to go out there and do the actual thing. So that's basically like my only real sort of thought process behind that. In order for me to show you how to get to a new level and do well with reselling, I need to do it myself. I can't teach you how to make 100,000 from reselling if I haven't done it. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not sure what I'm going to be titling this video, but it's probably just going to be like the 7 steps of like how to resell, or like the fucking 7 steps how to make your first 100k reselling, or something like that. I don't know. But it's basically just going to be like just simple stuff, like basic steps that you need to follow. There's nothing groundbreaking here. There's nothing crazy. No, nothing fucking that's gonna fucking blow your mind or anything. It's just gonna be what I probably talked about in other videos before, just with a little bit of extra knowledge that I've got now. So quick update on where I'm at. I just worked it out because I've got like a sales journal. I've done revenue of $131,989 in probably about, I think, last August I started that. So like, 3 months to August now, so about 9 months or so. So in about 9 months, we've done about 131,989. If you divide that by 9, that's roughly about $14,665 of revenue a month. And profit wise, it's about 40 to 50% profit margin, so about the 6 to 7k profit a month, which it's all right. Now that I look at it, like 131,000, you might think, holy shit, that's heaps. Holy, if you're just starting out, you might think that, but for me, I just look at that and go, I'm not satisfied. I want more. And that's basically it. To be honest, I'm probably not going to stop till I get to, I don't even know at this point. We'll see how we go. But the goal eventually is to get that milli mark. And remember, this is revenue, not profit. So profit-wise, we've only done about probably like 50 to 70,000, probably like 60 to 70,000 profit, which is pretty cool. In 9 months, which is amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know how fucking cool that is, but at the same time, I'm on the mindset we need more, and that's what you should be doing. And leading into that, the first thing I have down here is mindset. So number one thing that you need to have before you even like start your journey is just having the right mindset. And that mindset is pretty simple. You need to believe that you can generate money doing this. And you need to carry this mindset out throughout the whole 7 steps I'm going to talk about. Because if you have the wrong mindset going in and you don't have any, what's the word for like not giving up? I don't know. But if you want to just give up, your mindset, you've already failed step 1. You needed to have the right and correct mindset in the first place. If you don't have the correct mindset and the correct foundation, your building is just going to fucking break, if you know what I mean. Now, what is this mindset? Now, the mindset has to be one, I don't want to say like abundance mindset, because it's like a bit of a, like an overused sort of like phrase or a bit of like a cliche sort of thing, and it's a bit gay. But you need to have the mindset where you're gonna fucking be able to make money. If you think going into this, oh, I'm gonna be scraggling for like fucking $50 every week or something. I'm gonna barely be able to make any sales. Well, then you won't make any sales. So you need to be going and thinking, okay, I can make, like, the sky's the limit. There's this guy on fucking YouTube. I think he's called like Grant Cardone. I don't particularly like him, but like he always talks about like the 10x. So if you think, oh, I'm making $100 a week, or I reckon I can make $100 a week, bro, 10x that. Try get 1,000, and then again 10,000. But you'll start to see when you think this way that things will grow a lot quicker and things will get better a lot sooner if after the initial like bullshit phase. So the bullshit phase of selling, which I started probably like probably June last year, where I actually started properly selling, so almost a year ago. First 3 to 4 months were an absolute grind, and the statistics can probably back that up too. If I added up like how much I've made, so we started in August, so to the end of the year, what's that, like 4 months? So in that 4 months, I probably made fuck all, and compared to like the first 5 months of this year, I probably made like 70 to 80% of that revenue this year than last year. So it grows quickly and it grows like exponentially if you allow it to, and if you can have the capability to handle it all on your own, which we'll get into at the end. So you need the right mindset. You need to be going in thinking, I can fucking do this. Let's fucking smash it. And you also need to have a good understanding of like what to believe about money. Like, to be honest, like money isn't real. So, okay, quick history lesson. Money was backed by gold up until about 1971. So the US dollar was tied to a physical like thing, physical fucking whatever you call it, element, gold, a real thing, gold bars. That's why gold is valuable, because it's scarce. It's a scarce resource. Like you pick up a fucking rock or fucking a little bit of dirt, but there's fucking dirt everywhere. It's not scarce. Whereas if you fucking go dig around the dirt and you find gold, that's fucking rare. That's worth something. It always has and always will be worth something. Now, that again is tied to currency, which was the US dollar. Now, without being tied to gold, the US dollar is just a bit of paper. And what's basically happened is the dollar was cut off from gold in about 1971, I believe, by Nixon. And that made it what called a fiat currency. And I won't get into all the bullshit, but basically, fiat currencies are just like a big sort of Ponzi scheme, because the US dollar, like the US government just has to borrow more money from the Federal Reserve, and then to get that money, they got to go through bonds and all this shit. And basically, it's just a big Ponzi scheme. And basically, the dollar is just tanking. So money, and then again, US dollar is just tied to every single currency, because that's the Federal Reserve of the whole world. The world reserve is US dollars. So the main currency of the world is US dollars. So fundamentally, every single currency is linked to the US dollar. Therefore, the US dollar is just getting printed out like fucking ridiculous amounts. It's not worth shit. So you need to come in with the mindset that money isn't real, because money isn't fucking real. And basically, what you're doing with reselling is you're not selling for example, Gucci hat. You're not selling a Gucci hat to someone. You're not getting $50 for a Gucci hat. You're exchanging, because you're going to be elevating their status. When they wear this Gucci hat, they're going to be like, look more fucking cool. They're going to look rich. They're going to look fucking whatever, and how they feel about wearing it to other people. So you're elevating their status. So you're exchanging currency in return for that, you elevating their status, if you know what I mean. So you're not you're not making money. You're just taking their money and you're giving them status, if you know what I mean. That's the transaction that you got to think about. You're not giving them a fucking hat. That's the way you got to view it. That's the mindset you got to come in. And again, money isn't fucking real. So you need to be able to fucking, because if you can't convince someone to hand over their money, and in exchange you giving them like status, then like you're done. You're not gonna be able to make anything at all. So you need to have that mindset going in. All right. Now I know that's a bit of an information overload. And I didn't really explain it that well. I was kind of yapping a bit, but you know what I mean. It's really important. That first step, very important. All right, number two down on my list is knowing the market. You need to know your market well. Like that Gucci hat, fucking, I don't know, wouldn't, why not sell in like fucking Europe, for example? I know a lot of you guys in Europe, in Discord or whatever. So if you're reselling in Europe, that might not sell. So you need to understand what people want to buy. You need to, and just going back on what I was saying before, you need to understand what's going to elevate people's status in your area. Like you could have the most fucking whole like fucking incredible fucking like watch or whatever. Say you, for example, you bought like a Patek watch, like a rep watch. If fucking everyone in that fucking country hates fucking Pateks, it doesn't matter how much the retail version is. It's not going to elevate their status whatsoever. Whereas in Australia, fucking something as simple as a Gucci hat can elevate someone's status, And like you look at that person and you go, oh, okay, that guy's fucking must have some money. If he's got a Gucci hat, they're like $700, or he might be like a fucking drug dealer, or he's scary because looks like a fucking drug dealer wearing that hat, or he looks like this wearing that hat, And that's what you're selling to the fucking person. You're selling that idea of what people think about them, rather than like the actual item itself. So you're selling them the dream, you're not selling them the item, if that makes sense. And that's just like sales 101 sort of thing. I'm not really a salesman like my day job or whatever, but that's what you got to think about sales. Okay, you're selling them the dream, not the fucking product. So yeah, you've got to know your market. You need to know what's going to sell. And the easiest way to do this is just literally jumping on like marketplace and seeing what is selling, or like fucking taking a walk in the street, taking a walk in the city, and going, okay, what trends and patterns can I see? Social media is another one. Like, what are fucking people wearing? Another fucking really good way to do this as well is like people follow like all these like celebrity and like athlete like fit pages or whatever, like where they wear like fucking whatever, like all this bullshit. Like no one really cares, but people fucking seem to care about this shit. Like if fucking Shea Gilgeous-Alexander rocks like something, like a fucking, I don't know, like a certain LV top or whatever, people go, holy shit, I want that top, and he makes it cool. And again, that's associated with that status. If I wear this top, I look like fucking Shea, who other people see as cool, so therefore I am cool, if that makes sense. And that's where you got to look at too. And you'll pick up certain things, and after talking to a lot of people, you know what's going to sell and what's not going to sell. And for me, it's fairly easy in Australia. Like your designer sells really well. Your stuff like your Hellstar and your denim tiers and like your essentials and that doesn't sell as well as your designer stuff, because all these brands are sort of like American brands or UK brands, but they still sell. It's a good mix in Australia, which is nice. But where in the UK or whatever, you might be saying like Trapstar, Cineworld, Cortez, Stone Island, that sort of thing. You might not be selling a lot of Gucci or Hellstar or denim tiers or that sort of shit, So just knowing the market well is always important. Number 3 is finding the goods. Now, looking at my steps here, this is probably the easiest fucking like step out of all. Like all of this stuff is like sort of like a little bit more difficult. Finding the reps is like basic as fuck. Well, it is for me now. It takes a little bit of work, but once you get it down pat and you know what to do, it's fucking easy. All I can say is like the best places to go for getting reps. It sort of depends. For stuff like bags, sunnies, hats, that sort of stuff where you're buying like lots of at the same time or whatever, I generally like to use like Alibaba. I know that sounds like super fucking like beta, like you might be saying like, bro, you may as well just use like fucking DHgate if you're gonna buy Alibaba. But I like the fact that with bags and sunnies and like hats and shit, the logistics and like the shipping becomes a bit more complicated. And I like the fact that I can literally just like take screenshots of like the hats I want and just send it to the supplier, and I just want two of those, two of those, two of those, and he goes bang, 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 payment link, done. He ships it himself, no fuck arounds. I might be paying like $2 extra like for a hat than I would be if I bought it off like a 1688 factory store, and then I had to wait and ship it to my fucking all China buy or my whatever fucking agent I'm using to that warehouse, and then I gotta fucking submit the shipping myself and then pay that, and then there's fucking more fees. It's all bullshit. I prefer just straight up just going through Alibaba, shipping and things done in fucking one payment. The stuff's already in the warehouse. You're not waiting. They ship it out straight away. It's fast shipping. You can talk to the supplier one-on-one. It's just so much easier that way, especially for like little tedious things like hats, bags, sunglasses, that sort of stuff. So much better. For clothes, I generally go to either 1688 factories or Weedian clearance stores. This is one particular clearance store I use that's for like designer stuff in general. That's really good, really cheap because it's a clearance store. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just because, I don't know, it's not selling at the main factory or whatever. They send it to this store. And it's just fucking, there's some nice stuff on there, really high quality stuff. And you just get it for cheap. Like you're getting t-shirts for like $15 Australian shipped. Sell them for like $60. So that's like 4 times fucking money right there. Same with your sweaters. You're getting sweaters for the same price as shirts, like $20 maybe, and you can sell it for $80. Again, that's 4 times. Like you're just absolutely fucking getting steals. And this is where I source all my designer stuff for. I occasionally get like my designer stuff on 1688 too. Sometimes I find that the shirt's a little bit thin, but like at these clearance stores and for the Weedian, you're getting like fucking thick, like quality material, like 260 gram shirts and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I won't get too much into the specifics for that. And then again, like tracksuits and whatnot, I'll go to 1688. Like 1688, like overall, it's just like the best because it's just straight factories. If you don't know how to do 1688, my best advice would be to search up 1688 stores for reps first on like Reddit or whatever. Get sort of like your profile optimized for it. Eventually you'll get like sort of like a For You page. So when you click on the top left corner for the 16, I can actually show you. So say this is like a clothing store here. This is one of my go-tos. You click on the top left there, and then if your For You page is optimized, this is sort of bullshit, but if I go to men's stuff, where is it? It should be here somewhere. Men's. I'm just gonna get recommended like fucking shit tons of like stuff that's good, like Dior fucking puffers. That's like an LV shirt, and then you can see if it's 100. That means it's generally pretty good. Look, denim tiers. 1,200 people have bought it for $60. I'd say that $60 for that and $60 for that. That's good, and I can just tell from the picture whether it's gonna be good. Like this picture here, I've seen this picture before. I've seen that same cabinet before, so I know that it's gonna be good. And then I can just keep going through and looking. I think that's going to be a bit shit because it's so cheap and the return rate's only 22%. Like, I know this is not a fucking video about how to fucking like buy reps. It's just like a more general video, but this is the sort of stuff that like I'm doing, and it's just a quick thing to show you. Like, look at that. That's a Cineworld thing. 7,200 plus people bought it, so you know it's going to be good. Okay, and you just keep going through, looking and looking and looking and looking. And you'll find stuff like, look, fucking G'd up. That's one of the biggest things in Australia. No one can fucking source that. This popped up on my For You page, and now I can fucking get G'd up, you know? So it's so important that you're on fucking 1688 because this is the best. It's straight from the factory. 100% straight from the factory. And I wouldn't fucking go to Taoboa or however the fuck you say it. That's sort of a bullshit site. But 1688 and Weedian are your best shots, and you just got to look at the return rates and how many items have sold, and you'll find the best stuff, like 100%. Anyway, enough of that. That's how you get stuff. It's pretty fucking simple at the end of the day. What do we got here? Number 4, establishing your initial sales. Okay, this one is a very important step too. You got to think, okay, I've got this stuff. How am I actually going to sell it? What platform am I going to use to sell it? Is it going to be eBay? Is it going to be Depop? Is it going to be Marketplace? Is it going to be Instagram? Is it going to be Snapchat? Whatever works for you best, right? I started off on Facebook because that's the only way you're going to get like traffic for your stuff, if you know what I mean. That's not like people you know. Like if you start just posting stuff on your Instagram, your personal Instagram, or even your Snapchat, you can do that. That's a really good way of doing it. Just selling to your mates and whatnot, and then spreading the word that way. But for me, I didn't want to do that. So what I did was just go on Marketplace, and it was just to a cold audience of people. Like I didn't know them at all. Like I literally all my customers, like most fucking 99% of my customers, I didn't know before. Like before I started selling, like straight up. So they all sort of stem from Facebook. And like, what can I say? I use Instagram a lot now, but I have to thank Facebook for what they've done. As much as fucking marketplace people are so annoying and they fucking fuck you around, I have to thank Facebook because without it, it wouldn't have been possible for me selling. And in my opinion, it's probably the best way to start selling. Especially, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to sell stuff online and just no face-to-face stuff, then like yeah, go Depop or eBay or something like that. But for me, the fun of it is in meeting people face-to-face, going to drop off stuff, seeing the fucking smile on people's faces when they get something that they like. And I'm just going to talk from my personal experience and just assume you're going to do the same thing. So I just sell in person. I don't really fucking sell like online ever, really. Sometimes people on Instagram might get me to ship it, but that's about the extent of it now. I don't sell on eBay anymore. I don't sell on Depop. If there was Vinted in Australia, I probably would sell on Vinted, but there's not. So, but that's a really good site if you're in Europe or the UK. So get on Vinted. But yeah, establishing the first sales, you're basically just going to get your ad up on Facebook, whatever it might be. Who knows what you're selling? Let's just go with the example of Gucci hats again. You got your Gucci hats up there. You're not going to say Gucci hats because you're going to get taken down. You're just going to say luxury men's hats. You're going to put it at a fair price. You're going to put it at about $50 a hat. You probably bought it for about $15 a hat. So you're making good money, even though it's only a small ticket item. It's only $50, not like a big fucking $300 watch or something like that. I know I'm talking fast, but I just want to get through this because fucking we're already up for 22 minutes and fucking I'm only on step 4 and there's so much more to cover. So you got to get that up. Basically, step 4 and 5 are sort of like intertwined, but you go do your sales. You got 10 Gucci hats, you go sell 8 of them, whatever. You make your good money. So what's 8 times 50? That's 400. So you make your money. Sweet. Now, the really important part, yes, making the sale is important, but the really important part is retaining that customer. You go and you want to get them funneled. So you either get them to follow you on Marketplace, or what I've done is I funnel them to my Instagram. I say, go follow me on Instagram so you can see more of my stock and so you can see it better, because on Marketplace there's no stories or posts or anything like that. Well, there's posts, but there's no recurring thing. They can't follow you and they won't pop up as much. Whereas Instagram, you're following someone, you can see what they do all the time. You can see their stories, their posts, their feed, etc. Now, you get them onto Instagram, and that's where you fucking secure it, because you got fucking hundreds of eyeballs after a while, after you get your sales going and you go see more people on Facebook. That's where you get your hundreds of eyeballs and you can establish a proper brand for yourself. And again, these initial customers, if you do a good job and if you provide a good product and you're a good person and you're fucking respectful, whatever, they're going to recommend you to more people. And that more people is just going to start like a huge sort of network. And that network is going to be really important. So step 5 is basically what I just said: funnel and lead magnet. So you want to funnel them to your Instagram, and that's your magnet right there. That's how you get people to stick, getting them on Instagram, so they can see your content in front of their eyes 24/7. Basically, you're posting whenever you get new stock. You're posting old stuff that hasn't sold before. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much easier than fucking around on Marketplace. And plus, you get to know your customers a lot better on Marketplace. On Instagram rather than Marketplace. So you really need to get them onto Instagram, and you need to funnel them to a spot. It doesn't even have to be Instagram. It could be like Snapchat. Like fucking, I know retailers that and whatnot who fucking use Snapchat. But Instagram is obviously the best place because it's such a more professional sort of thing than Snapchat. Like you can probably like start Instagram like businesses, Like, you can't really start Snapchat businesses. It's mainly just for like fucking drug dealers and shit. Anyway, getting sidetracked now. Now, number 6 is reinvesting. This is honestly like probably like the most important one. This is so important, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. Reinvesting. This is the name of the reselling business. It is so important to reinvest just like your money. If you invest, so say you start with $1, you invest that, you buy something, and you sell that thing for $2. You want to reinvest that whole $2, and then you reinvest that $2, get $4, and you go to $8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, fucking 512, whatever. It's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up every single time until you get to such a point where you're going, holy fuck, I've got 10 grand here. I really don't want to spend 10 grand more on stock. That seems kind of risky. And then at that point, that's where you got to go, okay, I need to be smart with my money. I need to put some away. I need to reinvest some. And I just need to fucking do whatever with the other, spend the other or whatever. So you need to reinvest into the stuff that you know you're going to sell firstly. If you're just reinvesting into stuff that you've had before and that took ages to sell, then aren't you a fool? You need to be reinvesting into new stuff and stuff that you know is going to 100% sell. If you bought, say, 5 bags, so say you've got 3 different types of LV bags, type A, type B, and type C, okay? And you bought, let's just say, 5 of each. Now, type A sold immediately. Like, everyone wanted it. Bang, 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 out the door, fucking everyone sold it. Type B was like, yeah, you sold some of them pretty quick, and it was like, they all went in the end, but it took like a week, and yeah, it was alright. Type C, no one fucking bought. You might have sold like 1 or 2, and then you still got the rest, and you can't get rid of them. What one are you going to reinvest in? You're going to reinvest in the type A, because type A is going to get you more sales. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're flooding the market. It's fucking reps. They're not worth shit. Flood the fucking market. Buy as many in as you can. And just fucking make fucking hay while the sun is shining, I guess. But I do have like sort of like a contradictory argument to this, in which I do run sometimes, but that's for another video. That is for another video. That's basically like where I sort of run my store where it is like a designer store. Like, I'll only get like limited stock of like certain stuff to make it more exclusive. So I give that customer like that same like feeling and like experience as if they were to go to like a real designer store, like the actual Louis Vuitton store. But again, that's for another video, and that's sort of contradictory to what I just said. But if you want to maximize money as fast as you can, like in like a fucking smallest amount of time frame, just fucking buy what is going to sell. It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Just don't listen to what I was just saying. But again, if we're building a long-term thing, we need to be a bit more smart about how we do it. Now, so yeah, reinvesting is super important. And the thing I've said it in past videos before, the hardest thing about reselling is putting your fucking balls on the line and going, fuck it, I'm just going to drop 3 fucking bands on like new stock. And because for me, it's happened in such a short amount of time that I've sort of, I don't want to say successful, but like I've got like money. Like last year I was flat broke. Like a year ago I was flat broke. I had fucking barely like $1,000, you know? Now I've got whatever amount. Do the math. And yeah, I don't want to be investing like fucking 10, 20 grand into stuff like at once. That's just like, that just seems like fucking, like that's like my old self coming out going, holy fuck, that would just be like major fucking headache if that was to go wrong, you know? And again, that's going back to mindset and that scarce sort of mindset. But again, you got to be smart with your money. You can't just be dropping like fucking 20 bands on stock and just fucking putting it all on the line and then it just goes and gets seized or whatever, you know? So you need to be smart with your investments too. But that's, again, for a future video. So yeah, reinvesting, so important, okay? You need to be fucking buying the right stuff during the right times. You can't be buying fucking puffer jackets in winter, you know what I mean? You can't be buying stuff that's not going to sell and that hasn't sold in the past. But you'll get better at this as time progresses. Um, and one trap you don't want to fall into as well is stocking up on like a lot of one thing and then forgetting about something else. Like, oh shit, fucking, I'm running out of this. I better go buy this now. You go buy that, you run out of fucking money or whatever, and then people are asking about the other item or whatever. It's just such a balancing act where you've got to distribute funds equally across all different products. So like your accessories, so like your sunglasses, hats, your like bags, your whatever, jewelry even. And then you got to distribute it across clothes and that sort of thing, and then shoes. It just becomes a really difficult balancing act, and you've got to fucking like nail it. It's very difficult, and even for me, I struggle. Like I'm always telling people I don't have stock of um, that particular item. And again, um, as a reseller, it is very hard to like stock a lot of stuff at one time, especially if you're just like a one man show like me. Like some people just expect you to be having like a fucking full warehouse, every single fucking item of every single rep, you know. And again, it's so fucking hard to do because if you were to do that and buy so much of everything, buy every single size of like all different types of designer shirts, of all different tracksuits and all different shoes and everything, mate, you're dropping like 50k on that sort of stuff. There's resellers in my area that have just like warehouses full of shit, and they just have like showrooms and whatnot. People come in and buy, and they probably just got like 30, 40, 50k worth of stuff just sitting in there. And to me, that just seems like a recipe for disaster because the day that a dude comes in with a fucking gun and just goes, fucking give me all your stuff, you're fucked, you know? So you got to be smart about how you do it. But again, it's a balancing act. You don't want to lose customers because you don't have enough stuff, but you don't want to be having so much stuff that's just sitting there doing nothing. So you need to be smart about how you reinvest. But yeah, you'll get better at that as time progresses. Um, Number 7, it's sort of not really a step, but it's just 3 words I've got here: time, repetition, and hardships. We'll start with time. So yeah, basically, it's just a game of like time. You're gonna get better at this, and you're gonna make more money as time progresses. That's just a fact. And you will start to get more money a week on average as time goes on. It might be slow growth, it might be fucking rapid growth at the start, but eventually it's just gonna take time. And you might not be getting sales. Just fucking keep doing, stick to the plan, stick to the fucking steps I've just laid out. Give it time. Give it time and it will grow. Um, Again, what was I gonna say? Yeah, time. That's all I can really say. It's just fucking. You just gotta give it some time to fucking get things going, and you'll get better as time progresses. All right, repetition, basically the same thing, but by doing more sales, going to see more people, ordering more stuff, finding more reps, doing the thing over and over and over again, you will get better, and therefore you will make more money. Just as simple as that. And the more you keep doing it, and the more stuff you keep getting, and the more sales you keep doing, the more the more you're gonna make. As simple as that. I don't know what else to say. It's just that simple. Just you gotta fucking keep doing your fucking repetitions under the bar. You gotta keep doing your fucking bench presses, and you'll get fucking bigger. If you know what I mean. Hardships. Yeah, this is a really fucking important one too. Hardships. Hardships are gonna happen. Stuff is gonna happen. There's gonna be fucking ups and downs. There's like it's a daily up and down roller coaster with reselling. One day you'll make like 2 grand and you'll be fucking up, you'll be cheering, and the next day you might get fucking robbed. You know, like just the other week I got robbed for almost 2,000 worth of stuff down the drain, and it just ruins momentum. And reselling is a big momentum fucking game because what you'll find is that you'll get something, like I said, you get $1, you turn it into $2, turn it into $4, turn it into $8, etc. And that's just replicated on a bigger scale. And if a big chunk is taken out of that, all momentum just stops. So that big chunk, that 2 grand there, would fucking get hurt, okay? And it took me off for like a few days, but eventually I just got back on my feet and went back going fine again. But yeah, that's all you can do. You gotta keep fucking going forward and ordering more stuff and getting more fucking sales. So yeah, hardships happen. Some of your shit might get seized. Oh well, some of your stuff might not sell. You might have a week where you might make 5 times less than you normally do. You might be thinking, fuck, am I done? Am I fucking lost the thing? Have my customers stopped trusting me? Is reselling officially over? It's not. I can guarantee it's not over. People are going to be back. People are always going to be wanting to elevate their status. It will never fucking end, okay? You just got to trust the process, keep fucking going. Again, time and repetitions. Fucking major things. But yeah, it's basically all I can really say. That's the 7 steps. Mindset, knowing the market, finding the goods, establishing initial sales, funnel, and lead magnet, reinvesting, time, repetition, and hardships. And that's basically all I can say about this. But yeah, it's been a while, boys. If you're new to the channel, you're new to reselling, just trust me, give it a go. It'll work out all good. I've seen a lot of people come and go in this fucking business, and usually it's just because they don't have the fucking mental strength, the mental resilience to fucking keep going, and they're not willing to work hard for the fucking cash, and that's fine. That just leaves more cash to the rest of us. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Well, it's been about fucking 35 minutes, 36 minutes, so I better wrap this up. But yeah, as always, boys, it's a pleasure. I'm sorry to keep you waiting for so long for a new video. I'm sorry for all my yapping and speaking pretty fast, because I fucking realized I was speaking pretty fast throughout that. But I just wanted to get some stuff across, and I was just passionate. That was just fucking me spitting facts and raw fucking emotion. Alright, boys, it's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.